This is lesson 12.1, Representations of Three-Dimensional Figures. Your objectives are to draw isometric views of three-dimensional figures and investigate cross-sections of three-dimensional figures. Use isometric dot paper to sketch each prism. Number 1. A rectangular prism, 3 units high, 3 units long, and 2 units wide. When you're drawing on isometric dots, length and width should go in that direction, or those directions, and height goes straight up. So if this is 3 units long, I can draw the length right there. Notice, that is 3 segment pieces, not 3 points. You're actually going through 4 points. Make sure you count the segment pieces. 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. It's 2 units wide. So go 2 segment lengths up to the right. And it's 3 units high. So make a height 3 units up. Now imagine that this is just one corner of a box, because it's a rectangular prism, and let's draw the remaining segments to close this up. 3 units high there. 3 units high there. 2 units wide, 3 units long, 2 units wide, and 3 units long. And to do the background, do it with dotted segments. 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there, making sure every length is 3, every width is 2, and every height is 3. For question 2, a triangular prism 3 units high, whose bases are right triangles with legs 2 units and 4 units long. Let's start by drawing the legs of the right triangle base. 2 units there, and 4 units there, and the right angle will be right there in the triangle. The height is 3, and now let's go ahead and close this up. I'll draw the remaining heights. 1 there, and 1 there. And now I can draw the triangle that is on top. The leg 2 units long there, and 4 units there. And now I'll draw the hypotenuse of that right triangle. Again, remembering that the right angle is right there. And now let's draw the hypotenuse of the bottom base, and we'll do it with a dotted line. And there you go. Legs are 2 units and 4 units, and the height is 3. Make sure anything that's in the background has a dotted line. Use isometric dot paper and each orthographic drawing to sketch a solid. When you're doing drawings like this, it's important to pay attention to all of the views, especially the top view. When you're looking at the top view, it's good to first decide how many blocks are in each stack, because you're looking down from the top, and if you know how tall each stack is, it makes the final product easier to figure out. Also, when you're doing these, the front view is looked at from that direction. The right view is looked at from here, and the left view is coming from that direction. So as you're looking here, if this is the top view and this is the front view, notice the 3 blocks on the right. They're only 1 block high. And those 3 blocks match these 3 blocks, which means that they're also 1 unit high. So I can put a 1 in each of those. When you're looking at this from the right, you've got 1 unit high there, there, and there. And when I'm looking at the top from the right, everything on the far right column is going to be 1. So that's a 1. And these 2 blocks right here are also 1 unit high. And those correspond with these 2 blocks here. The remaining piece is this stack of 4 blocks that we see all through there, and that will go right here. I'm now ready to draw. Let's start with the front view, which I'm looking at from this direction. The first thing I see is that very first block. When you draw a block, you should use the rhombus on the right, the rhombus on the left, and the rhombus on top. And you should always draw the front of the figure first, and whatever comes behind it, draw behind it. Next to that first stack is another stack of 1. And next to that is your stack of 4. So right there is 1 layer high. There's 2 layers high, 3 layers high, and 4 layers high. Hidden behind that will be my stack of 1 in the back corner. I'll get to that in just a minute. Let's now move to these 3. One of them is going to go here, 1 here, and 1 here. Let's start with the 1 in the front, which will end up in the bottom right corner. That's my first stack of 1, which is this block. There's 1 right next to it. And there's 1 more next to that. Now that last block that's hidden away back here, it's going to just see the very top of it, not any of the sides. And there's your final shot. What I would do is try this again, see if you can do it, check it with the video to make sure it's good. Here's another one. Let's notice the top view. I have 6 stacks in this solid. If I find out how many blocks are in each stack, then I'll be just fine. Looking at the different views, the left view, which is looking at it from this direction, shows that the 2 right-hand places are just 1 block high. So that means that all of these are just 1 block high. 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Looking at the front view, the middle stack is just 1 block high. So that's 1 block high. I have 2 remaining stacks, and I have 2 high points right here. Looking at it from the front, The remaining stack on the right is 3 units high, and the stack on the left is 5 units high. So now I know how tall each stack is, and we can draw. So looking at this from the front, the closest thing from the front are my 2 stacks 1 block high. Remember, the front comes from this direction, so to leave a little bit of room, let's put the first block right here. The next one behind it goes right there. And behind that is my stack of 5. I can't see the sides or the top of the first layer, so it's hidden. I can see the sides of the second layer, the sides of the third layer, the sides of the fourth layer, and then I can see the whole 5th layer. This single stack in the middle will be in between there. I'm going to wait on that, but I know that it goes right there. My stack of 3 will go right there. And my stack of 1 that's in front of the 3 will go right there. So to put that stack of 1, and we're talking this stack right here, that's the one I just drew. The one behind it, I can see the right of the bottom layer, the sides of the second layer, and the sides and the top of the third layer. Now in between there is this stack there, and all I can see is that one segment. You might want to watch this part again, try drawing it again, and see how you do. Sketch a cross section from a vertical slice of each figure. If you slice this figure, if that was a blade slicing through, what would that do to the figure? Well, it's a sphere, and when you slice a sphere, it slices a circle into it. So the cross section would simply be a circle. For this solid, if you slice this vertically, imagine the way the cuts would go. Somewhere in there like that. And if you looked at that shape straight on, it would be a trapezoid.